Today's wood project on Barely Homesteading is a guitar holder for Engineer Bear. Hello, welcome to Barely Homesteading, and this is Lumberjack. Today we're in the shop. We're going to be doing a pretty simple wood project, which is a guitar holder for Engineer Bear. So Engineer Bear is getting into guitar. He's been taking lessons for a few years now, and he's getting pretty good. And he's starting to collect quite a few guitars. And they are usually, he usually just sets them down on the floor where Baby Bear can get into them, and it's causing a bit of a problem. So we want to make some holders that we can mount on the wall so that you can put them up there out of reach, at least for Baby Bear. And I made a prototype and hung it up, and it works sort of well, but we're actually going to improve the design today so that it works better for more of his guitars. So this design is fairly simple. Basically, I've got two pieces of wood. I'm going to have a back, which will be cut in sort of a diamond shaped, and then we will glue onto that the holder, which we will cut a slot in it so that we can slide the guitar neck in and have it sit down in this holder and stay put. So that's what we're going to work on today. So we're going to start by cutting the rough sizes of our two boards, and our diamond is a little over 4 inches wide and a little over 6 inches long before we put the rounds on. And then the holder board is the same width as the diamond, about a little over 4 inches, about 4 1/4. And then the length of that board depends upon how large of a guitar you have. So Engineer Bear has two guitars that we're going to be making holders for. The first one is a smaller guitar. I think it's a 1/2 size, or maybe it's even a 1/4 size. And so we're only going to make this one, the length of this holder, about 3 1/4 inches. His other one is a 3/4 size, and so we're going to make that one significantly longer, going to look at about 5 to 6 inches on its length. So on this diamond, the angles on it, at least for the size that I've made it, turn out to be about 58 degrees. So I'm going to set my square to 58 degrees. I'm going to cut 2 of the angles, and then I can put the fence back on and cut the other 2 just parallel to the first 2. Alright, now we're going to come over here to the disc and belt sander and put the rounds on the corners of the diamond and just square up and kind of sand off some of the rough edges on our blocks. Alright, so for the small guitar, we need an opening about a little bit more than 1 3/4 inches. And then for the slot in here that it's going to rest in, we want it to be larger than that so that it sits down and doesn't want to fall out. So first thing we need to do is find the center of our board. Alright, so there's the center line of the board. Since we need it bigger than 1 3/4 inches, we're going to do there's 7/8. There's 7/8. All right, and then we're going to want to come down from this front edge a certain distance. Half an inch is probably good. Mark that. All right, and then I found that a 1.5-inch bit, Forstner bit, to make the two sides of the slot works pretty well. So from that 1/2-inch mark, we want to come in another 3/4 of an inch for the center of where the Forstner bit's going to be. Right there. All right. And then we're just going to place that Forstner bit on either side of that. And so 1.5-inch plus 1.5-inch. So if I did it tangent right at the center plane, center line, that would be 3 inches wide, which is quite a bit wider than we need. So we're going to bring it in so that they are overlapping. So I'm going to say probably 3/4 of an inch. All right, so let's go drill this out, cut this out, and see what it looks like. So 1.5 inch looked a little bit big for the slot diameter. I went down to a 1 inch, and we'll see what it looks like. If I need to increase it, I can. Okay, so that's the basic shape. I'm going to go get the guitar and actually put it in there and test it, make sure it fits before we spend any more time on it. All right, so tested this with the guitar. The width of the slot for the 1/4 inch guitar is a little wide. It's a little too big. Would prefer it to be a little narrower. For the 3/4 guitar, the slot works. It would be nice if it was just a hair narrower there as well. And so I think I'm going to actually redo this one for the 1/4 guitar, and then for the 3/4 guitar, this will work. I'm going to go ahead and cut that out in the larger block. All right, now we're just going to round the edges to get rid of the sharp corners with the router. All right, so now we just need to come in and drill the mounting holes, and then we can glue it up. So after gluing this together, I was a little concerned about how long this is, and since, you know, our kids are still kids, I decided to make a little support to glue onto the bottom of this, just to give it a little bit more strength as those guitars are coming in and out. Okay, so we've got the guitar holders up, and they're working out really well. Guitars are staying up out of the reach of the little ones and staying safe. I would probably make a couple of changes in the future. So you can see on the holder here for the acoustic guitar, it sticks out quite a bit from the wall that it's sitting on, the cabinet. So I would probably make that part of the holder a little shorter in the future. But it works, and Engineer Bear is enjoying having his guitars out on display so that people can see them and that they are safe from Baby Bear. So a couple of things that I really like about this project. One is that it is actually useful. We're not just making something that's going to sit on some shelf and just be decoration. It actually has a purpose. Second, what I really like about this project is that I can do all of these with just pieces of scrap that I have lying around. Any woodworker knows that you generate quite a bit of little ends and bits of wood, and so this project allowed me to use up some of the scrap wood that I have, which is always a good thing. And third is it's just a really fun, simple little project. I was able to make each of these in just a couple hours of actual work time, and so super simple. And if you are a woodworker who has a musician in your life, especially guitar, this is a very nice little project that you can do and build them something nice. So with that, this is Lumberjack from Barely Homesteading saying use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without.